Hi, I'm Hannah. Today I'm going to talk about L'Eau Papier by Diptyque. I ended up getting a deluxe sample of this in a swap I did with someone recently, and I've been wearing it for the last little bit. I was interested in trying it anyway, so I was super happy to get this in my package. The perfumer behind this is Fabrice Pelligrin, and this is a savory, musky perfume. It's supposed to be the scent that you would get when ink meets paper, and they've also talked in their notes about the development of musk as you wear the perfume and as it warms up and stuff like that. And I think that this perfume delivers on both those promises. And let's talk about what it smells like. I think it's really doing something very interesting because it's bringing something new to the market, but it's also tapping into a trend that's already ongoing. And that trend, I think, is with perfumes that have a really, really strong musky base. The main notes for this are steamed rice, mimosa, and then of course musk. And the steamed rice accord is very savory, and it mixes with what I kind of think is like a toasted sesame. I know other people have mentioned sesame also. It is more like a toasted sesame scent, and they're bringing these really, savory, foodie flavors into the perfume world, where I feel like most foodie perfumes that I've smelled are leaning into the gourmand category or leaning into the spice category. And this perfume is not either of those. It's not spicy, it's not gourmand. It really is savory. You get, that beautiful steamed rice, and you get also the toasted coconut. Does it remind me of ink drying on paper? I would say no, not really. I don't know, I feel like ink has a little bit of a sweeter scent to it, and this perfume is really not sweet. But, the part of it that's trendy is that the musk is an ambrette musk. And so ambrette is probably most well known in Glossier You, which I've mentioned before. And, Glossier You is basically what every teenager and their mom even wants to smell like right now. This is such a popular perfume. It's so easy to find because it's at every Sephora in North America right now. And there's a really, really strong ambrette base in Glossier You. And there's also ambrette in the base of L'Eau Papier. Now, this isn't the only perfume by Diptyque that has this base, because Fleur de Peau also has an ambrette base, but that one's way more floral, maybe a little bit more feminine, probably a little bit more classic, I think, in its construction, where L'Eau Papier does feel more modern because it's got like that savoriness, right? And it is really gentle and calming and cozy. I think this would be a fantastic bedtime scent because it does give you that scent of almost like linen, almost actually like what I'm wearing. I'm wearing linen today. It kind of reminds me of that too. And it is like a cozy, comforting kind of scent, where I think if you had told me that they wanted you to smell like paper, I would think, printer paper. Like, that's what I would think of. And, that is cold and aloof and a little bit sterile. This perfume is not that, because even if you've never smelled ambrette smells warm and clean. It's not like a laundry musk. It doesn't smell like Tide washing powder. It doesn't smell like Dawn soap. It smells like freshly showered skin coming out of like a warm shower. It has that warmth to it. Glossier You, their tagline is like, it's you but better, but or something like that. I don't know if it's you but better, but that would be funny. But Glossier You has that, they say that it is a skin scent. And so anytime I think of ambrette, I just think of like warm, snuggly skin. And that's really the vibe of this whole perfume also. It's not just that warm, snuggly skin. It's also like you're in this like cozy little kitchen. And I think anytime I can smell rice cooking, especially jasmine rice, I just start to get so hungry, because it's just such a delicious scent that just spreads throughout your whole house. And I think that comforting, homely kind of feeling is what I get when I wear L'Eau Papier. Will I be adding this to my perfume collection? Personally, I don't think I will. I am full up on ambrette thanks to Glossier You, and I don't even know if I wear this enough, because this is like a neroli and iris and musk. So I don't know if I really need more perfumes in my collection. I also don't know if I want something that smells like so much like food. I don't know if I will. I'm going to still wear this. I enjoy it. I think it's really well done, and I think it's bringing something interesting to the world of perfume, but I just don't know if for me, I need it in my collection. It might be a little bit redundant. I will say that they're right on the development of the musk, because I could smell the ambrette right away when I sprayed it, and I like that. But then it was quickly overtaken by the rice notes, the rice accord, and the sesame, the toasted sesame, and I liked that. And then as that faded away, I would say maybe half an hour or an hour into the wear, I could really smell the ambrette way more. I will say that, of course, it depends on how much you spray also. So if you're going to spray 5 sprays, you'll get a lot more of that ambrette. It'll be much stronger on your skin. It's one of those ingredients that really reacts well to warmth. So as your skin warms it up, it'll smell way stronger, almost a little bit sweet also. And that's a great thing. I think that's good. But if you don't want it to smell so strong, you could just put 1 spray or 2 sprays on. I think that subtlety is definitely a strength of Diptyques. They're never trying to make something that kind of punches you in the face. It's always going to be very gentle, and it's going to be something that you can layer, and you can choose how strong you want the perfume to be. It's not just going to be beast mode or nothing. And I actually really appreciate that, because I don't always want everybody to know what I smell like. Sometimes I just want to be a little bit more subtle, and I like that I can do that with L'Eau Papier, because definitely when I only wore 1 spray, I just smelled a lot of that rice, and then it kind of faded into nothing. And when I wore more than that, I was able to get a lot more of that ambrette, and I enjoy that too. Okay, well, that's it for me. I think this kind of musk is definitely the new thing to do, because there's been so many of these perfumes launched in the last little bit, and the only place where I haven't seen it is probably at the drugstore level. But who knows, like maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, this will be like the Baccarat Rouge or the Santals or whatever, where you're smelling that note in everything that comes through, and then they're just changing the composition around it. And they're not really dupes, but they're using that thing that becomes really popular with people, because this, I can tell you, so many people love Glossier You, and it's such a hit, it's such a bestseller. And this was Frank Vocal. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot more of it. That's all. Let me know what you think, if you've come across any others that are like it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.